You're watching this video because you want to overcome anxiety, right? Wrong. You're actually here because you want to be happy. It's just that anxiety is getting in the way of that, right? Well, no, that's wrong too. What if I told you the real reason you're not happy is because you're actually looking for happiness in the wrong place, and as a result are creating the very anxiety you currently think is stopping you in your tracks? In this video, I'm going to explain how shifting the story around what we actually want from life and our own happiness can help us start to move towards it, and how this simple shift naturally reduces our anxiety levels. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tim Box, mind coach, anxiety specialist, and author of the book Clear Your Head. For the last 15 years or so, I've been helping people get control of their anxiety and get back to the important business of enjoying life. And today, we're talking about happiness. More specifically, how to overcome anxiety and find meaningful happiness. Because having facilitated thousands of client sessions over more than a decade, experience tells me that's the real goal. We want to find happiness, not just temporarily, but in a way that sticks. But a lot of the time, the reason we haven't found it isn't because of our anxiety issue, it's because we're looking in the wrong place. And that's what I want to talk about today. Let's start at the beginning with the mistake most of us will make at some point in our life. Most of us, perhaps understandably, start out believing happiness comes from the stuff around us. If I find the right partner, if I get the dream job, if I buy the house, the car, the lifestyle, then I'll be happy. And it kind of makes sense, not just because we live in a culture that idolizes and rewards our efforts to be perceived as successful, and that success is often measured in the things we acquire, but also because we've kind of been taught to think this way right from the earliest times in our life. When we were young and upset, we were often comforted by external things. We get a hug, a toy, a sweet, a new experience to distract us. And just like that, we feel better. The thing, whatever it is, helps us to heal the unhappiness. So we learn the simple lesson. If I'm uncomfortable or unhappy, I need to acquire something to comfort me, to bring happiness. But here's the problem. All those things, they're temporary. People, places, circumstances, they come and go. They change with time, and more often than not, the rate and the manner in which they change is largely outside of our direct control. So if our strategy for happiness is based on controlling things that are fundamentally uncontrollable, we're never going to be able to guarantee our happiness, and so we'll never truly feel safe. That, understandably, keeps us anxious. All this means that if we're going to find consistent and controllable happiness, meaningful happiness, then we need to focus more on the things we can control, and perhaps more importantly, the things that create long-term happiness. And there's one thing in life that remains a constant. You will always be you. Every morning you will wake up as the same person you have been all your life. Your identity, your thoughts, and your feelings. Whilst we will inevitably learn and grow and hopefully evolve as life goes on, we become many different versions of ourselves over the years, the fact remains. I will always wake up as me. You will always wake up as you. This means that the most effective use of our energies, the best strategy for happiness, isn't chasing the transient, the next temporary fix. It's focusing on improving yourself, and in particular, how you feel about yourself. Because even if life's throwing challenges your way, if you wake up each morning happy with who you are, even when you're not happy about what you're going through, you know you start with a good base to build on. It can still be a good day. Choosing to focus your efforts and attention on yourself rather than the external doesn't just provide you with a good strategy for long-term happiness, it also, as a natural side effect, reduces anxiety. Stephen Covey, the author of the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, talks about a thing he calls the 3 circles of control. The outer circle is the circle of concern. This contains all the things you care about but ultimately can't control. Things like global politics or how well your favourite sports team plays. Next, just inside that is the circle of influence. This is home to all those things you might be able to influence but ultimately don't have direct control of. So this could be whether you get the job you're interviewing for or whether you win the tennis match. Finally, in the center is the circle of control. This contains only the things you have direct control of, and this is pretty much just you, your choices, your actions, your decisions. Most people spend far too much time in their circle of concern, worrying about things they can't change, and as a result, they end up feeling powerless, overwhelmed, and anxious. But when you make sure that the majority of your time is spent focusing on your own responses, your actions, your thinking, your emotions, you start to feel more in control of your journey, and as a result, less anxious. You feel more capable, more resilient, and a more empowered version of you. But let's get practical. If happiness is about how we feel about ourselves, are there other ways we can start improving that? Self-esteem is a very deep dive topic and probably warrants a bit more time than the last third of a 10-minute YouTube video. But in the name of giving you a starting point and something tangible to take away with you, here are 3 core principles I talk to my clients about all the time. Principles that will help you manage how you feel about yourself and prevent you from doing that thing that many of us do, which is talk ourselves into feeling not good enough. Firstly, don't beat yourself up. If you make a mistake, learn from it, but don't punish yourself. If we constantly put ourselves down, we don't grow. We just end up beaten. Be kind to yourself. Feeling good about who we are starts with not becoming the voice that habitually puts us down. Yes, there will be people in this world who don't appreciate your efforts. Just make sure you're not one of them. Second, wherever possible, ignore the opinions of others. There's only one person on this planet that knows all about your journey from the perspective of the main character in it, and that's you. Nobody else has the qualifications or the right to negatively influence your own sense of self-worth. Remember, you're the expert on you, and you don't have to feel vulnerable to the opinions of those that are anything less. Finally, wherever possible, avoid comparison. We live in an age where social media shows you everyone else's highlights while you live through your own outtakes and behind-the-scenes disasters. You inevitably view your own efforts through the lens of negative bias. But nobody has it all figured out, and we're all our own harshest critic. Just make sure when it comes to yourself, you're a fair one. We don't know when life will throw its next challenge our way. We can't control the world, we can't control other people, and we can't always control what's happening to us. But we can control how we treat ourselves. We can choose where our focus goes. We can work on the one relationship that's guaranteed to last a lifetime, the one we have with ourselves. And when we do that, when we become someone we appreciate, someone we like, and even someone we're proud of, that's when anxiety starts to fall away and stops being something you feel you have to manage or control. That's when the pressure lifts. That's when happiness stops being a goal and starts becoming a natural way of life. If you found this helpful, give the video a like, share it with someone you feel might benefit, and subscribe to the channel for more weekly content just like this. And if you're looking for regular guidance, then check out the members area, where you'll find my full anxiety recovery program and weekly live Q&As, where I answer your questions directly. Just hit the join button on the channel homepage or click the link in the description. I'm Tim Box, thanks for watching. Always remember, be kind to your mind, and I'll see you next time.